Retro maniacs, you know who it is? Your pal Morgan Freeman here. I have a call over to the Cowie Diecast Museum to see what Retro has cooking for the Saturday video he promised you all. And let me tell you, he got some good video today, a successful toy hunt, a visit with G, and a huge thrift. He even takes you guys on a tour of the Tim Hortons Museum. Poor Retro even manages to have some drama catch up with him during the video. He actually gets his deal of the week robbed from him by an unlikely source. By the end of the video, he takes you guys on a hunt for some home-cut fry. So grab some jug up and get comfy. You're in for a fun ride, retro style.
Y'all retro maniacs know what day it is? Saturday, we got the day off. It looks beautiful behind me, doesn't it? Let's go see what's going on with the weather and get the hell out of here and do some fun stuff. Why is the ground all wet and it appears to be raining? Yeah, it's raining a bit, but we don't care about that because the Tim Hortons Store No. 1 Museum's indoors. We're going to go see that. The Antique Mall, they don't bring all the stuff outside, put it outside every day. It's an inside venue. We're going to check that out too. But first, we got a call from Dave Harriet who needs a ride to pick up his car. So we're going to go bring him to do that. I had a good day hunting Friday. Before we go, check out what I got. I'm always preaching to check Toys R Us anytime you go buy one because it doesn't have a set stock time. You can walk in and come into something like this. Seeing one sitting there, see that little silver patch? That's called a Platinum Chase by McFarlane Toys. I found 3 of them before, but it's funny, it was all the same guy. This is, I think, the first time I found 3 of different characters all at the same time. Found one, got super excited, found a second one. I said, no way, started digging. Boom! That is the kind we love on a Friday. Picked up some cool diecast too, I'll show you quick. Big fan of the new moving parts, but not a big fan of these packaging. You gotta think, we just came out of COVID, right? You want a bunch of strangers handling your cars? Or stealing them and leaving a cheaper car? Love the cars, but that packaging. Heading over to get Dave to run and pick up his car now, and then we're gonna
turn left onto Millen Road.
That lady cut us off. I'll wait till she's done yapping. Had to muck the car out a little bit. You guys don't understand. Like, I had so little energy. I still have my winter tires on my car. I'm probably gonna do those tomorrow. That's driving me nuts. Usually I'm right on top of this stuff, but
continue for 3 kilometers.
Screaming when I should have been pulling up. Yapping to you guys. But yeah, normally I'm kind of a car guy. Like, I'm underneath my hood every week. Like, even though this is kind of a ship box, it runs like a top. And it got to the point where I didn't even know my oil level. Like, I hadn't checked it for months. So if I don't finish this car off tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is Glenn brought his truck to a place. He said it cost him $40 for his truck, which is a Dodge Ram Warlock, a big truck. And they went in and out of it like 5 guys with a toothbrush type thing for $40. So I might get that done to this and then just maintain it. Because yeah, that whole time I was sick and Diane left and everything, it got bad. So anyhow, we'll get over to Dave's and get him dealt with, and then we'll go do some stuff on our own. So yeah, once we get this taken care of, I figure we're gonna go to the Ottawa district of Hamilton, Ottawa Street. It's kind of like one of the urban renewal areas. New businesses open, but a lot of times they don't stay open, like fancy burger places, whatever. But yeah, that's where the museum is. Every time I have family or friends come to town, that's a staple. I bring them to the Tim Hortons Museum. That's how much I like it. And this is stuff that if you guys ever visit Hamilton, by the way.
In 500 meters, turn left onto North Service Road.
We're cutting me off again. Doesn't cost you guys a dime to do. This is stuff that is free. Okay guys, we got Dave all sorted. Originally he was trying to get a hold of Glenn, but Glenn's at work today. And Glenn's going to see a friend in the hospital. He needed a lift to go pick up his Beamer that was in the shop having the oil pan retorqued. Yeah, so he needed his car, and the poor guy, because he gets up, like usually Saturday, he's on the go by like 8:30, he's out of his house. So it was like clipping the poor guy's wings, you know what I mean? He didn't have a car. So when he asked me, I actually hauled ass to go over and get him. Like it probably, from the time he messaged me, took me about an hour to go get him. And for me, from a stop and dig, that's pretty good. Like a month ago when I was all, I'm not gonna go for it. A month ago when I was all out of it, I would have 3:30 been messaging him probably, oh, I'll be over there soon, you know what I mean? Like he probably would have ended up getting somebody else to do it, just been like, oh wow, it's taken him forever, you know what I mean? But no, I'm the same dependable Neil that I was before my surgery, the guy that he met. So when he called me and asked me for something, I was all over it. But anyway, before we go down to Ottawa Street, I figure since we're in this end of town, why don't we go check out our stores? Because yeah, you always got to check in on your turf, right? Because you don't want other factions rolling in on your turf. So everything's divided up here. No, just kidding. No, but you go check whenever you're in the area. You always check your stores. The Toys R Us thing yesterday, because you never know, right? Like I always say, check Toys R Us. And what we're going to do with these guys, we're going to do a little bit of the zipper method here. And we're going to get in right here. There we go. No sense, we got 10 slow people ahead of us, no sense adding a bus to it, right? See, that didn't take long at all. We're moving. And like I said, guys, the good thing, because I know my luck, this week we had beautiful weather. But my luck is it'll be beautiful weather while I'm at work all week. Like on days I have to work, and then as soon as I'm off, this will happen. So, because Retro uses his head for something other than a hat rack, I chose stuff we can do indoors. That way I'm not pissing him, oh guys, it was raining, so I couldn't have done a video. Mr. Furley. There's Mr. Furley in his love shirt. Dude love. I don't want to run over Mr. Furley. That was a nice Toyota. See that, guys, that we just rolled by? You know what? We're going to check Toys R Us first. This is the thing when you come to this corner. What store do you check first? Walmart or Toys R Us? We're going to check Toys R Us. And the reason we check Toys R Us first is because Walmart, there's less chance of stock at this time right now. Toys R Us stocks, like I said, anytime. So this Walmart here, there's a chance it's stocked later at night or early this morning. So basically, if we're not there in the morning, we're beat. But the Toys R Us here, we have more of a chance. And this weekend, like I said, this car is getting mucked out so that if any friends need a ride or anything, I don't gotta be like, oh, I gotta clean my car. I used to be right on top of this shit, guys. So Giuliano's here. We're gonna play him a game. Giuliano's car is out there. We're gonna get him, guys. So Giuliano left, guys, but he grabbed us something, the Flintstone monster truck, and they actually restocked here. I don't need any of these. This is all old stuff to me, but they restocked. Of course, probably every single one of the popular cars is gone. That's what they do here. Yeah. pretty well. Well, the popular one's this one. There's one left anyway. Score for Justin. These are half priced, eh? $40.63 for the set. I guess they're, I don't know, I guess they're half price. That's what she charged me. G had a gift for us. Oh my goodness. We just missed it because he was ahead of us here, but he can hunt. See, I seen his car. We tried to play a trick on him, but he's too tricky. He was next door. We were trying to trick him. What a start to the day. Giuliano, we run into him. He hooks us up with something, and he would have been beating us, guys. We would have been walking in there and been like, frig, somebody beat us. And it's our own crew guy that beat us, eh? But that's funny. That's awesome. He hooked us up with that. That is amazing. And he gave it as a gift. Also, a really good start to our day, guys. Justin is a math wizard, okay? It took me 3 tries to get my grade 10 general math. All I have to do is send him the pre-tax price. Like, go to the scanner, give him the price that the scanner says. And he does the rest, and he gets it to the penny. He does not miss, okay? So he sent me, I think it was $62 or $63 for these, because I told him they were $8.99 each, because I scanned one of them. So he gets 14 bucks savings. Holy shit. So the day started out pretty good, guys. So this was a gift from Giuliano. Always awesome to see him. He actually gave me this as a gift for filming his collection. And coming to think of that, I think that's backwards, because I should be giving him something for filming his collection. So G's got something coming. If he watches the video, he's gonna know about it. But I'll be hooking G up. He knows it goes back and forth. Okay, so, and we got this for Justin. It was cool because somehow we saved $14. And usually the popular cars, which is this and this, are gone. So we got to see our buddy G, who beat us to the pegs, but because he's in our crew, that's a win for all of us, like when one of us wins. And that's why we do this, right? And another thing is, yeah, we got the stuff for Justin, and we haven't even been to the museum or anything yet. So let's get rolling. So we just sent Justin back $14. So that was a great deal for that set from Toys R Us, because they usually charge quite a bit more than next door. It's nothing against their employees or anything. Walmart probably just gets a lot more of the stuff, so they get it cheaper, whatever, right? But yeah, some of you are probably thinking, well, why would he say anything? He didn't have to say anything and just could have kept the 14 bucks and bought himself lunch. Because I wouldn't like if that was done to me. So that's why I treat him like a brother. I would never ever do that. The guys that you mentioned me talk about that are in my circle, I would never do something like that. But yeah, that's my bottom line. You treat people how you would want to be treated yourself. That's cool. I just chatted with another guy. I'm not going to give his name. But if he watches my videos, I respect you. You're a cool dude. You're the guy that was just talking to me about the RLC Optimus Prime. He never acts like a dickhead or anything when we're hunting, because sometimes he comes to the stores here, right? Hunting in the morning. He's always super cool. He doesn't act like a jackass. And there's a couple times when I'll be in there and I'll have almost a whole set, because they'll put everything out, and I'll be missing one car, and it's his hand that usually gives it. Like, he's done that a couple times, and I've noticed it. I've been meaning to always mention it to him, and I just talked to him for 10 minutes and did not mention it to him. But I'm gonna talk to him. Because I notice it, you know what I mean? Like, I want him to know in all that chaos, I see him doing that, and if he ever needs anything, to let me know. Okay guys, it was a slice, but we are gonna cruise. I figure I will take you guys down Nikola Tesla, and then we'll shoot up Ottawa Street. We'll go underneath the Fasco. And it's actually right next to the part where I used to work in it. My most recent time in there. It's funny because I worked in there as a very young man, 3 days on, 3 days off, 12-hour shifts, either 7 at night till 7 in the morning or vice versa. But it was contract work, so it was feast or famine, and it was very hard work. You're doing the stuff that all the Fasco guys didn't want to do, so you can imagine. Like, you were basically their temps, right? They fed you well if you did overtime. Wow, they used to bring in, they probably still do, but they used to bring in what was called overtime meals from the Bedrock Bistro. But yeah, so ironically, I worked there about 2001, I believe, to 2003. And then years later, when my sales skills were drying up, it was just out of me. I was burnt out. I couldn't do it anymore. After 12 years, I actually went back there for a while. I went back, the place that I worked for that was called the Little Employment Group. They had a different name. I can't remember what the name was, but the office was still in the same place. And it was still the same site trailer that I was in like 20 years before that, so it was interesting. And 20 years before that, when I was in there, I remember you could smoke in the plant. Like, people were walking through the plant with cigarettes. Like, that's when I was in there. And the most recent time I was in there, it was weird because you couldn't do it anymore, and nobody was doing it. Like, there was no, oh, you could sneak and do it. I didn't see anyone doing it because there was inspectors walking around. And I even talked to an old Italian guy that worked in there about that. I was chatting with him. I said, it's funny because I worked in here 20 years ago and now I'm back. Everything looks exactly the same. Like the hot mill, everything exactly the same. The only thing is, nobody's smoking. It was odd, but yeah, it was different being back there all those years later. But I tell you, I did a few weeks in there and then I got my butt and got a full-time job somewhere because that is hard work, man. And 20 years later, I wasn't doing it as well. Jackhammers that are like 90 pounds and all that stuff. Nope, too old. Don't get me wrong, guys, I still got horsepower. My job is very physically demanding, but that job, like, I used to have to wear Tyvek suits in with barrier cream on my skin because of lime dust, like respirators, the whole 9 yards, and you're in places that are hot. But they have this stuff every 50 feet or something like that, always refreshing it. It's called Squincher. It's like the company version of Gatorade. We don't even really have to merge because we're getting off on the next one. And it's funny, my brain remembered without the GPS because I used to take this way all the time. So we're gonna get off on Nikola Tesla, and then we're gonna get off on Ottawa, like I said, and we'll drive underneath the steel of that idiot, eh? People just cannot merge. That guy in the gray coming across all the lanes like that. Last minute, another guy last minute way up there. I don't see the difficulty. Do it as soon as you can and get out of everybody's way. Now this is the part I gotta remember where I'm going. Or no, it just goes right to Tesla, I believe. Okay. This corner here, I seen a guy passing me years ago. I come around this corner, I used to pretty quick. And a guy with a newish truck grinded the whole side of his truck on the side of that. That was probably like 4 years ago. This here, I don't suggest speeding, but there's a part up here that there's only one spot they can get a radar gun on you. And it's funny because when I used to take this daily, I would see people every week pulled over for speeding. I'd say, how? There's one place they stand, and as you're coming up on it, you see them aiming a radar gun at you. But still, people manage to do it. And get caught big time because they're stunt driving a lot of times, because it's regular speed limit up there, but it looks like the highway, so they'll start doing 120 on it, and you're doing double the speed limit in some spots. Yeah, see, 70 here. We're doing 80. And see that left side? If anybody comes up on that guy, he needs to pull over into the right lane. That ticks me off. They'll sit over there doing 60 or 70 and plug the whole thing up, and they just keep driving without a care. If I'm in the left lane and somebody's faster than me coming up on me, I get out of the way. Right away. In fact, if you've watched videos of road trips, you see that, because that's one of my pet peeves. Like, this is not even crowded on here, so there's no reason for me to be over there. Like, usually I would be over there, you know, picking it up a little bit, because over here is all plugged. And this is the part here where the guy stands with the radar gun. See where the white car is turning off? That's split. And the thing is, he parks a car there, so you see a cruiser sitting there. So it's not like he's hiding, you know, just with a thing on a tripod. Like, he's got a full car there. A lot of times if it's raining, they'll lay in the back seat. It's funny, they just lay back on the back seat but aiming it at you, and they're out of the rain. And you know what we're gonna do, guys, since we're over here? We're gonna check the ghetto Walmart. I got a lot of good stuff out of there, and we never check it anymore. Today's a hunting day. Well, hunting screwing around day, and it started out pretty good. Wow, what a gift from Giuliano. That is crazy. We owe him one now, and he's gonna get one. And he knows it. He doesn't expect it, but he knows it's coming. Some of the roads down here, my poor old car, they don't miss them. They do not miss the roads down here. My car doesn't, actually. So this is Ottawa Street. We're going to be coming up underneath the Fasco. This steel mill really reminds me of back home, because when I was growing up, it was Algoma steel back there, and it was a lot of the same color, that green color. I remember going over the International Bridge, because Sault Ste. Marie is a border town, and looking out and seeing St. Mary's paper and seeing Algoma steel, and the parking lot's just full of cars. But then all the automation came in and went from thousands of employees to like 1,200 or something. But yeah, Dofasco is still kicking it. Not sure if the name is the same or whatever, but... And there is a train there. Why isn't the thing activated? We just had a train coming at us. Guys, we just had a train coming at us. That thing should be down back there. That's effed. I looked to my left and there's a train with the light on, and it wasn't barreling at us, like it was moving slowly, but it's about 15 feet down the track. Like, that thing should be, like, usually I remember that thing sounds and you could barely even see the train coming. So yeah, there's something wrong there. Oh, ambulance. This building behind here, I bet you there's some action. Or not ambulance, fire truck. What the hell am I saying? Need a damn choach. I think if we see a chip stand, we might stop. But then again, we'll have to stop and get cash for that. Yeah, this is the ghetto Walmart, guys. This wasn't even what I would consider my regular one when I lived downtown. This was my secondary one. This one here, when I was collecting Masters of the Universe stuff, when it was hard to get. Oh, I'll take this spot. Thank you. When it was hard to get, I was getting it all here, the WWF figures and that. I had an awesome collection of those, and I even had the little display cardboard retail stand. I'm glad Justin bought those off me when I sold. A lot of the stuff I'm very fortunate because Justin bought, Glenn bought, Dave bought, like it went to good people. You know what I mean? And if anybody's gonna make a few bucks off something, I want it to be my friends. So, but most of them kept a lot of this stuff. Let's go in, guys. I think a guy got his bike ripped off. He's saying something about there's a tracker on it or something. This story here is funny. A couple years ago, I go to leave. It's about 10:30 at night, and there is employees in the lobby, and the doors are locked. And they're telling me not to. Sir, you can't go out there. And I'm confused because I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to leave. And they go, oh, there's a crazy guy out there banging on the glass. He's going crazy. He's on drugs. He's dangerous. And I looked, and it was just some little weirdo. And he had the whole store scared. And I just literally opened up the door and walked by him. And they were looking at me like I was... But that's, you can't, if you let those people do that, that's why they do it. Like, you can't let them intimidate you like that. Come on. Thought we had some competition there. It was a guy with like long wavy hair, but then he turned off into the hair products. That's why I like to shave it. I don't need hair products. I don't have time to be in the mirror. Couple of them guys, they got nothing here. It would have been a fluke, but you always check. Got these, so we're just waiting to hear back if I should grab them for Mike. I remember how excited we were seeing these hit Canada, and now look. And the thing is, they keep sending the same wave. They're not sending different ones. Send a new wave, damn it. I remember these when they came out. I remember getting the turtle van for somebody. That's that retro wave they started doing a few years ago of the reissuing toys from the 80s, making the packages look like them. Ooh, these are cool. Batman Bill will be a fan of those, or maybe G actually. You actually got decent ones here. They're pullbacks too. The doors open, just the doors, but ooh, that looks good. That's my favorite style of Porsche right there, guys. Yeah, for 10 bones, it'd even be cool for little customs. Ooh, I like that blue one. Yeah. Cool. Okay guys, I think we better go hit up the antique mall. But first, the Tim Hortons Museum. Actually, we'll make sure we're not gonna miss the antique mall. I'm gonna check with Justin with that quickly. That looks something different. Okay guys, we're gonna get moving because we don't flirt with stock boys or tickle their undercarriages to get to the toy skids like some people do in this town. Just gonna grab a Pepsi here, but I'm not gonna do it because there's probably no outside food or drink at the museum, so I'll get it there. Antique Mall open at till 6, so we're in no rush there. Tim Horton Museum open till whenever. Just over here is EB Games, and my old gut has a feeling, so I think we might check there quick. How about this? If there's something to see, I'll show you. If not, we'll just get right over there. I would love a Honda like that. They go forever, but that's got some serious cancer. Okay, are you gonna pull out there? You pull out. Okay, we'll back her up for her. Back up a little bit for her. There you go. Try to be courteous. I hate when I'm trying to pull out and people are camping for my spot. And what's this dickhead doing? She was pulling out. And what do you want her to do? Run over people? Dickhead. Like, she's got old people walking in front of her, and this... I gotta watch my language with that guy in the Mini Cooper. Of course, windows tinted right out too, eh? Yeah, don't make eye contact with me. Bully a lady. Dad H, eh? Likes to bully woman drivers. leaning on my horn. The old Mazda didn't like that speed bump that was back there. Wow. She actually scraped. There you go, miss. Hopefully you don't encounter more dickheads like that. I gotta watch my language. Yeah, she did nothing wrong other than not running over people in a crosswalk, you know what I mean? In that little black car, they're the types that'll get behind you driving aggressive and leaning on the horn. But once they're beside you at the red light, they don't want to make eye contact. It's funny how it works. Those types. Okay, so yeah, I'll go check out EB Games. By the way, this EB Games is kind of worth checking because it's years ago, this used to be Center Mall. Okay, over to the left, it was Center Mall, and it was a walk-through mall. You walk in it, like you park your car in the parking lot, go inside and walk through out of the elements. And there is a bunch of stores, but I guess they figured it was cheaper to do the plaza thing, okay? So now it's Center on the Spartan or whatever they call it. It's always going to be Center Mall to me though. But anyway, this EB Games, it's kind of tucked away in a corner where you got to walk. Like if you don't have a car, you got to walk pretty far. It's just not very accessible. So places like that are a pain in the butt, I have found stuff because other people will say, screw it, I don't feel like it, I'm too tired. And you capitalize on that. I used to be ruthless with the toy hunting guys. For example, like when I was talking to Giuliano, Hunter came up talking to me, we were chatting away. The fella I mentioned earlier, that I won't mention his name, but he's a very friendly fella, okay? A couple years ago, he wouldn't have probably come up on me talking to me because I was so ruthless. Like I would have been out, I had about 3 stores clocked and I was checking them multiple times a day. Like there was nobody beating me. There is people making posts about me, like, but they didn't understand why I was doing it. They thought I was doing it for the wrong reason. It's actually GameStop we're going to. But as soon as somebody would attack me and I would say, you do realize I give this to people for retail, right? They would shut up. See, they got rid of the mall and did a plaza, probably because it's cheaper, but then you gotta walk through all the elements. They show Justin their own clearance. See if any Justin needs while I'm here. That's cool. Oh, there's a modern line. Oh no, just when I thought I was out. Tommy from Goodfellas. Those buggers, they got Jimmy the Gent. Oh, that's Tommy. That's Jimmy the Gent. And Henry Hill. Kind of neat. And Gonu on clearance. That's so cool. So we're gonna head over to Ottawa Street, but I just got an idea. To give you guys a little bit of a closer experience, like we're actually hanging out, taking a stroll together. I am going to drive to the Ottawa Walmart where we just were. I'm gonna park my car, and we're basically gonna be at the foot of Ottawa Street. There's an oddity store that you guys gotta see if it's open, but we'll check it out on foot. Not sure if you could see that, but there's a place called Noodle Box. Something about that name, I'd be scared I would get worms in my bum. So yeah, and if that oddity store is open, it's something you guys will like to see. It's got some bizarre items, we'll say that. It's got some taxidermied items, and it's actually called the Oddity Store, I believe. It's one of those, like it's like a sideshow type feeling. and they achieve it well. So let's see if we can get some footage. Oh, there's a ambulance. Let me guess, over at the bus shelter because someone's down. Yeah, this is that type of area we're in, guys. We're not in Stony Creek anymore. 99% of the years I lived here has been in this area. Not a horrible area, but you can definitely see it's different than Stony Creek. Guy I know walking back there. If he was alone, I would have yelled, but he was with somebody. Didn't want to startle him. Startle him, and he turns around and just ventilates my car with friggin' lead. Eh? Scare the guy. No thanks. Okay, so yeah, and I totally forgot to park my car in Wally, but you know what? We can park for free, and today we are gonna do that. Just gotta find my parking pass. Yeah, it's metered parking here, so we will get over. Oh, there's not even a meter here. What the hell am I doing? Trying to steal a spot, but there is none. Okay. You know what? We're gonna go back to Wally. We're gonna go back to Wally and stick to our original plan, Dum Dum Deal. Find her to walk. Just sit back over there. Retro shortcut, getting hungry too, so we're definitely gonna have to. I don't know about grabbing food at Timmy's. I think I'm more of a chip stand feeling today, like, you know, the old school. I don't know if you guys realize it, but some of the best food in the world comes from those run-down looking chip stands. That's what we need to hit. It was highly illegal, Corey and Trevor. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh! Oh, don't tell on me, guys. But enough driving around. We gotta get her parked and go have some fun. Rule of thumb for parking in the Hammer, in Hamilton, or anywhere. Leave no valuables visible if they look in the window. If they look in and see change, they're gonna smash your window for 75 cents, and it's more than the deductible. People thought my father was nuts years ago, but he got his truck window smashed once for change, and he was mad about the deductible. You know what he did? Started leaving it unlocked. It was the old GMC. It wasn't getting stolen. They would literally go in it, see that he had nothing. Like, he would come out and he would find his glove box contents on his seat. Like, they wouldn't do anything. They would just leave. But yeah, that's what he started doing. I don't like to shame victims, but every time I read on Facebook locally, there will be a post, I had $1,200 on a laptop stolen, or I had a Gucci purse with full of money stolen. It's like, well, why would that be in your car? Like, I don't like to shame people, but that's one thing me and Diane, knock on wood, we never ever, and we lived in the hood over the years, we never had a car burglary. We had people bashing into our cars and taking off, but yeah, so we're gonna park right on the corner here. Gonna go up in here, park, and then cut. Oh, they got a fence there. Oh well. We're gonna park right here beside this red Honda and then walk around and go see some sights. We got a full battery, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we weren't gonna make it to Timmy's, guys, so we had to stop for Jug Up. We were dying of thirst. Got Jug up, the Mazda's locked up. Got our brass knuckles. Let's go. Okay guys, and we're off. I wasn't joking about this being the hood. It's funny because regular people in the area get to recognize each other, but I lost so much weight, people probably, well, I look the same, I guess, my head, anyway. But yeah, I wasn't kidding. This is gonna be a lot different than Stony Creek, and we might even see something colorful on camera. But Mazda's parked, all locked up, and guess what, guys? We're able to walk because it stopped raining. So that's why we're walking. Feels so good to be out for a walk. I used to just under, well, about 5 years ago is when I got a car and started driving legally, got my license. I used to walk and bus everywhere. And on days like this where it's not too hot or cold, I kind of miss it. Give you a layout. There's the Dofasco down there. There's the Wally we just came from. And we are going to be going up that way. Through that intersection. The Oddity store is right on the right hand corner almost. Maybe a couple stores up. And just so you know, this antique mall, it's no joke either. 2 of the best scores ever came off this strip here. My Muhammad Ali autograph came out of an antique store on this strip. And my Kenner talking kit, $20, came out of that antique mall we're going to. Also out of that antique mall one day, I got a vintage desktop Pac-Man or Donkey Kong game. It was the Donkey Kong Game and Watch combo, they called it. The alarm clock. It was orange in color. It wasn't the ones you're thinking of. It was the more rare one. I seen it for $20, walked to the dollar store, got the big fat batteries, came back, popped them in, it worked, bought it, sold it later that day. I don't do that often though. I don't do that often, but back then I did it, and yeah, I got a handsome profit and I gave the guy a good deal. The Barton bus just rolled by. That's the bus I tell you guys right about now. It would smell like a big pot of simmering onion soup. Here's the place here anyway. See if they allow me to film some stuff first. Give you an idea of it though. This is how we're gonna start our tour if we're allowed anyway. Oh geez, he was right behind me, this guy. Oh wow. Definitely the only store with this stuff here. Wow. I always wanted a barber chair, a vintage one, but that's a dentist chair, that's different. Wow. It's a lot of different. These jars. Ooh. Look. Chinese fish. Wow. Wow. That's real. It's 180 years old, that lion. Ah, that's right, guys. Sorry, they had copyrighted music playing and it was really clear. Most of it's not clear, but when it's that clear, I gotta watch. Wow. Reminds me of like a rich guy's mansion, eh? Crazy. Still trying to see somebody that works here. Wow. I'll just make sure I don't get anybody else on camera, that's all. Just the items. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that display case. Imagine that big thing filled with some die-cast cars, the way it's lit up. You could build like a diorama on those shelves, eh? Hazard County. Oh yeah, they got nice cabinets. Look at this one. Imagine that filled up with die-cast. Who's that fella? That's cool. I remember in the late 90s a friend getting raided and he had something like that on his walls and they charged him, called it a restricted pistol. And it was a ball and cap pirate gun that didn't even function. Alexander Graham. Like a couple of these hats. Wow. Yeah, you're seeing it. Little fingerprint kit. Now they do it all computer. Wow. That's cool. Oh, those are cool. My neck of the woods, well, past my neck of the woods, I'm Sault Ste. Marie, that's farther north, Thunder Bay. Well, let's see that here in the hammer. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. Oh, love those. Oh, yuck. Yeah, I'll pass. So usually what I do in that situation, if I can't ask, is if I just, obviously what I film, I'm not filming to cause trouble and bash the people, so I won't upload stuff like that. And I don't show other people. I caught the lady on the way out and she seen I had a camera and stuff and was taking pictures and stuff. She didn't care. I even said hello or have a nice day on the way out. So this whole strip, guys, is all like antique stores. I used to call it Hipster Alley to Diane. It's all like trendy shops now and stuff. Wow, a guy like doing a 360 U-turn on Ottawa Street. Wow. That's the crazy stuff you see, guys. Green light and a U-turn. That's cool. But yeah, this is where I found, not this place here, but a store like this along here. I found my Muhammad Ali autograph. So, you're not gonna believe what I see, guys. Diecast. I didn't expect that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so just walking by, stumbled. That's road legends. I didn't even see that one before, but it's all older ones, and that's ones that we like. I'm gonna look see if he has a Boss Hog convertible or something. See, the older, obscure ones is where I might stumble on something. Godfather, right? Trying to get you guys the best angle on my light, but I don't know if that's helping. Can't believe diecast within a couple minutes. That was so funny a few minutes ago. I say to you guys, we'll probably get something crazy in my old neighborhood. Oh, and it was just so random. A red Dodge truck was just sitting beside us. And all of a sudden the light turns green. Buddy starts up his truck and just U-turn. And it wasn't a U-turn like what I would do in the Mazda, like quick. He started doing a 76-point turn. And there was like 3 lanes of traffic, 2 lanes of traffic coming. They really rejuvenated the area though from a few years ago. I was walking this strip once, going to work. And all of a sudden I crossed one block and the whole thing looked like 1960s. They had dozens of cars, everything. I'll see if I could dig up the pictures to share with you guys in this video. But they had the whole strip. They had storefronts converted, everything. And they did awesome. And I remember one of them was a diner. And they left it looking like the 60s for quite a while. And they kept coming back to shoot film in it. I remember one day I was walking through taking pictures of all the cars. Like, this is a public street. And a guy walks up to me with a security thing on until it starts, "Hey, you're not allowed to take pictures." I say, "Excuse me? This isn't the back lot of Universal Studios. This is a street." And he started trying to give me a hard time. And I said, "Okay, well, there's a police officer there. Let's go ask him if I'm breaking the law." And he knew what he was doing. I said, "You're allowed to ask me, but I could tell you no." Inside stores and stuff, different story. I think this is where I got my alley. If not, it was along this strip anyway, where I got the alley. Anyway, I think what we'll do is the antique mall is going to be before Hortons, so we'll hit there. Used to have Bounty Hunter Toys here on Ottawa Street. He was good for the area. He used to bring in like the A-Team van. Like every year he had like a customer appreciation. He would bring something different. The A-Team van, the DeLorean time machine, and he would always announce it, and it brought people to the area. That wrestler, Zack Ryder, filmed in his store a couple weeks after I was there. And it's funny, I bought the empty Hulk Hogan shampoo bottle, body wash bottle, and he bought the same thing a couple weeks later from the same store. Good taste. It's funny, I was just saying this is the hood kind of compared to Stony Creek, but the only thing that's going to happen here is... Oh, that was nice. Hamilton does not have a shortage of nice muscle cars. A lot of retired steelworker money. Like a lot of those guys retired, they bought toys. Hamilton in the nice weather, tons of muscle. Trying to remember, oh, so another little story. Not far off of this path is where I used to, one of my connections for when I sold weed, was not far off of this path, and it was illegal at the time, because when I was doing it, it was illegal, right? But this was a government legal operation that was supplying to clinics, like dispensaries for people with cancer and stuff like that. But he was licensed, and if he got caught selling me anything, but he just couldn't resist, I guess. So he, because believe it or not, he had a 24-hour operation. Like, he had employees working for him, and I remember somebody stole a bunch off him, and he called the police because it was a legal operation he had. But it wasn't legal selling it to me. I remember it was blueberry. It smelled just like blueberries. It was killer. And yeah, it was consistent and it was awesome. But when I retired, that went away. So, well, no, he's probably still doing it. I mean, because he was legal, right? So it didn't matter. But the only thing he was doing wrong was me being involved. But like I said, usually those guys like that, sooner or later, somebody like me, and you know, but it wasn't anything, just a money-making thing, that's all. This pizza joint here, that distracted me from the video, the smell of it. I might have to stop. Sault Ste. Marie has a large Italian population, and they can cook, and I know my Italian food. I was raised on it as if I was Italian, and that smelled like good pizza. Nerdcore. We'll check that out after the antique mall. Yeah, I was yapping and we missed the antique mall. We're going back. I don't know, just sometimes being in certain areas, it makes you start thinking about the past, you know what I mean? Especially certain areas here.
All right.
Yeah, this gentleman, look at this, eh? And he's let me video. Thank you, sir. That's awesome. Oh, he's gonna talk.
Can you say hello? You're gonna say hello? He does when he wants.
Camera shy.
Yeah. Oh, he loves the camera. Yeah. Don't you? Don't you? Yeah, I love the camera.
Bye, buddy.
Take care, eh? Have
You
a good
too.
day.
Thank you. When I say about getting some crazy stuff down here, I was just walking along thinking, I was like, it's kind of sad because I haven't run into anybody I know yet. But sadly, because I haven't been down this way in a couple of years, sadly, a lot of them are probably passed away now. Like the big homeless looking oxy dealer. He's the biggest guy in oxy dealer in the area, and he looks homeless. I used to show Diane him. Here is the antique mall on Ottawa Street. So before we go in, I'll give you the rundown. So this is an indoor antique market. Now you can come across a booth that's full of treasures for super cheap, and the next one could be astronomical prices. Because it's all different guys paying rent. But let's go and have a look. There's 3 floors and a basement. I'll sift through and show you guys the good stuff. I won't torture you. That was cool with the parrot. I just had to do some editing for that. But let's get in here and have a look. Here's the address for anyone wondering. Get in there. So they got everything, so I'll just try to show you stuff we're into. It is huge, guys. Like I said, 3 floors and a basement, so we're gonna be selective here. Stuff like that. It isn't even die cast though. Yeah, it is, I think. Oh, there's a name we know. Oh, the old Lambo LJNs. I had a monster collection of those. I had the Holy Grail Sergeant Slaughter. He's mucho money. I paid $10 for them. I think records are awesome, but I would only get into them if I enjoyed them. Remember, we're looking for Migo Dukes 3 3/4 for Dave and Glenn. Or any 3 3/4 figures that will work with our die-cast cars. Stuff for the retro game, guys. Beautiful cabinet the way it's lit. This vendor likes the police. That bottom one's cool. Has the whole line of them though. Kind of cool because for a Saturday there should be way more people in here with the weather, but I'm not complaining because we can't film people, so. Oh, die-cast Corgi. I love the older Corgis. They made the Dukes of Hazzard, Starsky and Hutch, you know those ones? Some of those aren't cheap though. There's that older Batmobile kit. That's cool. Oh, another thing I was into is Thundercats. Why can't it be a muscle car? That might come home for the porch for $5. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was just gonna say they're cool if you get them for the right price. Those are cool. Only $5 for that, guys. That ashtray. $5. Blue Mountain Pottery if anyone collects them. Probably tons of that stuff throughout this building. The only thing is, if we get that ashtray, I wish Dave was here because I could get him to test it to make sure it works. I'll be taking a chance. I'll have to bring the ashtray home, get him to come over, see if it works. If it doesn't work, what am I going to do? I had a couple of those at home, Mad Bags. Got the Sopranos issue. I'm not a crook. Walk around the corner, boom. Opa. Nothing really good, but there's other booths upstairs with these. Those are oddball, eh? Ooh, hidden stuff. Ooh. Is that a legit vintage Tonka? That's legit vintage, 50 bucks Canadian. Not the one I had when I was a kid though, because I was born in 78, so I would have been 11, but a little bit of rust on her though. Damn it. And this is the stuff you check, because you never know, you could find something you've been looking for. One of those Meagle figures might pop out. These are cool. I have to let Glenn know about these. His dad was a hero. Kind of cool. An old Wix car. I'll warn you, is we're gonna have to go down the stairs in a minute, and it's the things horror movies are made out of. I even like milk bottle. Different type of bottle. That's what I like, the Pepsi bottles with actual Pepsi in them. And it does taste better in glass. When I was a kid, I remember bringing back the 750 ml bottle, and that would almost get you a new bottle. Oh, let's have a root. I don't know, won't spend too long, but oh, there's my tins. I got mine in BC for $5. Childhood phone numbers. That's too much work. Nice wood.
I feel like I have something to do with like a whole day affair.
Those are kind of cool. Kit Carson still in the box. Oh, it's like ammo for it, caps, whatever. Oh, Giuliano needs this. He probably had one. Or maybe he does have one in the box, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. If you need one, buddy, it's here. That's how much it is. 16 bucks. Or wait, how much is that? I don't know. Random die cast. Demijohn for making wine. Or oil. Molly, I bet you would like this stuff. Check that out. It's like a bunch of stuff for a doll, shower, washing machine, whole set. Oh, it's by Marks. Oh wow. Whole set of them. Kitchen, everything. Beanie Babies. I remember seeing a marketplace post, a girl was selling the whole set of the McDonald's ones for like thousands. And I was like, wow, you can get the whole set for like $100. Less than 100. Oh, hey, Thomas. Vic, that reminds me of when I was a kid, those hockey sticks. Oh, cool. Got some vintage. Believe it or not, first gen Xbox is the best thing to hack ever. Had thousands of games. My cousin Brian liked these. He was lucky to meet him at Comic-Con shortly before we lost him. Wow, I remember this wall had like 2 pictures on it when I first started coming here. It's almost a whole wall now, holy. I know her from somewhere. 100%. I just cannot, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I know her. But he stole clothes. Yeah, just stole a bunch of thieves. She looks familiar too. Him too, just from seeing them around. That one female though, totally looks familiar. Here, this is where it started because I remember that picture. Not surprised, eh? Not surprised a guy that looks like that would do that. We'll check the upper floors first. I know a couple of good booths up here. Second floor. Like I said, there's a couple toy booths up here. Not this one, but I've got a couple things on this floor before. In fact, this is the floor I got my $20 Kenner talking kit. It was untested, brought it home, did not work, but it turned out it was a little record player in the back of the car that runs on a rubber band, and sometimes over the 40 years that band wears out or deteriorates or comes off the track. So I got it going again. Whole lot of randomness. So again, guys, I'm gonna try to pick the best stuff up here. Kind of a cool cabinet. Random. 15 minutes they're closing. We gotta speed up. They just said we got 15 minutes. Damn it. Couple booths up here, like retro furniture and stuff, and they got them all set up. Guns N' Roses, Death Row, like that kind. There's a booth in this place for everybody. Again, this is a place, if you come to Hamilton, it's a must stop. Doesn't cost you anything. And there's tons of cool stuff. Definitely worth seeing. And again, it's free. I mean, unless you see something you like, you probably will. Looking for the toys to show you guys before we gotta get out of here. That is cool. I remember the TVs. Batman Bill has some Batman ones. Televisions. Oh, I had one like that. I'm old enough that I had a black and white one too before my color one. And it wasn't because they didn't have color ones in the early 80s, it's because I was poor. That's kind of a new one here. I don't recognize this one. Got some comic books. Oh, those are different. NASCAR though. Cool thing is, everybody has seen me filming stuff, everything. As long as you're respectful, you're not filming other people, it's okay. Just gotta be really respectful of other people's privacy. Kind of a neat booth here. Sprite, I love that. That's making me hungry. Randomness, what's that? Slot machine. We don't got much time. We could either try to go up a floor or down to the basement. I think we're gonna try to go up a floor. Oh, some ammo for your cop gun. I remember that when I was a kid. One of those things you sent it in and they sent you it back. McDonald's toy. Sometimes in these little bag stuff you'll find treasure. Stelco. That's cool. That's awesome actually. It's for a hot dog. Coney Island steamer. That is cool. Of course, now we're finding good stuff. We gotta go now. And we're gonna try to go up to the third before we get kicked out of here. I feel like I'm in the old cop show Hunter. And oh, they actually did paint up here and that though. This is a lot nicer than it was actually. Going in the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, guys. Yeah, I gotta show you quick though, because they're closing. Just be quick. Stuff like this is where we could find a little beetle. That Meagle Dukes of Hazzard figures we need for Dave and Glenn. Keep your eye out. Cool, the vintage furniture. Just trying to show you guys before we get chased out. Oh, any Meagle? Any Meagle? Miko, Bo, or Luke, or any of them. I thought was close. I thought we were gonna have it, guys. Look at all those old cards. That is a cool booth. Batman mystery bag, even got mystery bags. Hot Wheels wheel. Hey, we gotta be super quick here. Hey, which way should we take? Pick our ways wisely, because we're gonna get kicked any minute here. We're gonna close the door. Here's a good booth, vintage LJNs. Oh, 3 3/4. Yeah, we'll see if any of those will work with our cars. Loose stick Tracy's from the 90s, if anybody needs them. Mint. Kyle, I know you collect those. Rambo. Yeah, see, this is where we're hoping to find it. One of them. At least one of them. He-Mans. Oh, that's cool. I remember seeing those in the store. Oh, he's got some Tuttle bikes. Whole set of them maybe are close. Oh, there's a Target exclusive, it looks like. Stranger Things figures. I could tell this is a collector booth. He's smart about it. He sells what he wants and keeps what he loves the most, probably. Got a lot of UFC figures. Yeah, cool stuff, that booth, but I think the Migos were just a bit before his time. That's my style, those boots there. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. I think we're gonna go down, and if that actually really is $5, even though we don't know if it works or not, we're gonna get it, and then we're gonna have to get Dave to test it. Ooh, 1 sec. Here's that other booth I was talking about. Or even an 89 Batman I'd be happy with. Joker. Almost, he had the 3 3/4. Oh, custom Bundy. Custom Macho. I was really hoping. Nope, wrong line. Oh, Can Ghost, I had one of those. Cool, from the 80s. I paid $10 for mine, and it was actually not only the cheapest one I ever seen, but the cleanest example I ever seen. Come on, Migo. Come on. Find the Migo Dukes for Dave and Glenn. Come on. Oh, wait, is that, maybe, guys, there's my Batman. How much is it? $14. That's not my Batman. Nope. Not for $14, but that's the one I need. I'll get one with a cape in that. Come close. I've never found it. They're hard to find. But, oh, I had this set of these wrapped. Those WWF stamps. We're getting close to vintage stuff too now. Oh, over here, anything in here? Cool. Okay, guys, we're leaving because they're closed right now, so we're gonna get out of here. They were very nice, actually, because they said we're closing in 15 minutes. Bring your shit to the front like friggin' 40 minutes ago. So we're gonna see if they're gonna sell us that ashtray though. Sight unseen, but I'm gonna tell her as soon as I see my friend, I'm having him test it. It better work. Aha. If that's $5, we're gonna grab it. All right, like I said, I got Dave to test it, make sure it works. Just gotta check with whoever owns it. The tag says 5, but they think it's just for the ashtray, but there is no other tag on it, so we're gonna check. Only me, this is gonna be interesting now. So that ashtray clearly was $5. Like, it came together as a set, right? Obviously, at first I thought it might have been just the ashtray price 5, but it goes with that stand. Okay, I checked everywhere else on it, no other sticker on it. I'm pretty sure you guys seen on video I wasn't peeling stickers off it to get it cheaper or anything. I even lifted it up, no sticker on the base. They even said to me, "Oh, so this is how you found it?" You didn't? I said, "I didn't take a sticker off it." Like, really, you know what I mean? So now they're calling the owner to check. She said, "Can I have your number to call you back?" I said, "You're not just gonna sell me the item for the price that's on the sticker?" "No, that's too cheap." Is that the point of antique malls and thrifting? Like, I waited there for 10 minutes and they told me the item's too cheap. So we'll see if they call me back. I told her, I said, I'm expecting a call back about this, so be interesting to see. Like, I could see if it had a different price tag and it fell off or something, but it wasn't the case. So you know what, we're gonna go back and get the car to go to the Timmy's Museum while we're closer. That's using our heads for something other than a hat rack. And while I'm standing there and that whole thing's happening, there was a dude and a woman in there about my age, and they just seemed, I don't know, seemed like it's somebody I might have known years ago, if you know what I'm saying. And I looked over, like I was looking in the direction, and he made eye contact with me, and he was just about to say something like, "Hey," or "How you doing?" or like he recognized me, but then he didn't. And then, yeah, he definitely recognized me from somewhere, that guy, and I recognized him. Don't know, could have sold him dope at one point as far as I know, but anyway, we'll go get the car. So guys, I think what we're gonna do is I will zip over, since we're at Center Mall, back at the car. I'm gonna zip over because I really want to hit a chip stand, and the reason I never do that anymore is I never have cash on me. I always have debit, and the real good chip stands are not going to have Interact machines. They just don't. So I'm going to go pull out some cash, because when we see a chip wagon that I know is a good one, we're going to pull our ass over. Unfortunately, the one that I used to go to years ago is closed. My friend's uncle owned it. I used to get a chili cheese fries that came in the size of a friggin' shoebox for $7. That's what I want. Okay, we're gonna drive up Ottawa Street, guys. So we're gonna try to do some people watching while we roll up here. You saw some of the action there within the first couple minutes, so I'll have the camera rolling to make sure that we don't miss anything. Turn the AC down a little bit in case it's blaring you guys out. Hit up the Tim Hortons Museum. There's the oddities store we were in. And we didn't go to Nerdcore, it was closed. There's the antique mall on the right. I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do. And I know some people are saying, "Come on, Retro, it was only $5." You know what? I found deals like that. I found deals like that in there. Like, I'm old school. If it's priced, you sell it to me. Like, there's no, I don't believe a price tag fell off that either. Yeah, not happy about that. And the ashtray, it would make sense if it didn't match the stand. You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to say that was just for the ashtray. I was like, no. That's silly. Don't be silly. So we're rolling up to Tim Hortons on the right here, guys. Timmy Ho Museum. They did a good job on it. I was actually happy. At first I was pissed right off about it. You couldn't even talk to me about it. Unauthorized parking only. I'm pretty sure customers were authorized. Damn it. There's a side view of her. Elevator in there even, eh? Show you guys the statue at the front. It's always a good opportunity for a picture. And again, guys, this is stuff the antique mall, as long as they don't end up robbing the deal from me. And this place, it's free to do, okay? Every time I have family and friends visit in Hamilton, I always bring them here because it's something to see that's free to do. So, see, there's the original looking store. Since 1964. I think that sign up there is one of the original, or they have an original sign inside, I'm not sure, but unfortunately we lost him just down the QEW here. I've showed you guys the spot in some of my videos. Ooh, they got the flatbread pizza, but I read bad reports. The statue is always a good opportunity for pics. Unfortunately, I'm a fan of Mr. Horton, but there was kind of a scandal when he passed away. They sealed his autopsy record for 30 years, and it came out in 2004. And he turns out he was Canada's most famous impaired driver when he passed away. They found pellets of speed in his pocket too. That's like the Adderall that I take for ADHD. His age, he might probably needed a little zip to keep up with the young guys, so that I can understand. Okay, so we just got a snack. I'm starving, so we just got a snack. Got a bottle of water and I got a couple cookies just for now because I'm serious about finding the a fry stand. Oh, here's the replica sign. There's the top sign, that other replica. So guys, what I'm going to show you behind me is my favorite part. As soon as you go up the stairs, you enter the 1960s. Memory Lane, I love how they did it from like a piece of steel like that, because it's a steel city. But this is like this, to pose. You could pose like you're working. And they got those little stools downstairs too, by the way, along the front window to sit on and eat. And these are the old treats. They don't got them anymore. See, right there. Even the old cash register. And you could pose behind the counter. All the old cakes. Look along the roof, guys. It's like a museum. And all the way down, like a museum. All the way. Showing the old uniforms. I'll take you guys all the way down. You'll recognize some of the old uniforms. I love some of the old, like, remember the cups that would stick to your dashboard? This is, like I said, guys, free. Like, I just bought a drink and stuff because I'm not going to come in and film and not buy anything, right? Because I love this. At first, like I said, I was a bit disappointed that they... You know what? That's still something on my list if I see it cheap. Tim Horton card.
My daddy, come!
I'll show you all the way.
Daddy, you
Cool, you guys? I remember these mugs. At one point, they didn't used to sell them. And my mother loved them so much that I used to get my couple friends to get her some. Just a mug. She loved it. Now they sell them. So this whole wall is just showing kind of historical Hamilton. And like I said, being here now, I've been here, I was here longer than I was in the suit. So this is more home, I think, now. But the Sioux is home too still, don't forget. Important part of my history comes from there. Here's some of those old uniforms. I'm trying to not be shaky, guys, but I got cookies in my hand and I got a bottle of water under my arm. So, Don't mind, I'm doing the best I can. Oh, here's some cool stuff up here. The old coffee maker you can buy for home, and even the old juices.
Hey Sarah, want to try some eclairs?
Years old on mugs over the years.
So we got behind the counter.
You remember the Timbit house? The mascot.
I'm sorry?
Oh, those paninis, guys. Those are, I think they still sell those. They're pretty good.
Vaguely.
See that? Western wrap is good. Oh, toffee glaze, I miss those. I remember when they came out with the Prexy sandwiches, I was such a fan over the McDowell's ones.
Look at you. You can see the Timbit house in the back. No, but I'm just saying, like, as you go, like, oh my gosh. Getting them as a kid?
Now coming around to the end, and this is all functional, guys, so you have free Wi-Fi up here. And you can come up and just chill and sit, but I'll show you the cups.
The most Canadian thing to do is go board tourists and mornings.
And then the little cooler back.
Oh, yeah. Look
I
at
hate.
how
See, look how nicely this is done. So it's on the corner of Ottawa and this other little street, but it's very nice up here. Like, I used to sit up here sometimes. I bring company here and meet for coffee or whatever. And we always sit up here. If I come here, this is my little spot here. Because you can sit right against the window and watch all the action. And sometimes there's still action out there. It's gentrified, but not that much. And here's the main. Beautiful though, eh guys? And like I said, no entry fee, no nothing. If you come to Hamilton, something you gotta see here. Look at this. Nice. And I believe this is open, or is it open 24 hours? No, I don't think it is. But it's open pretty late. And as you can hear in the background, people do come through. Last look before we leave, guys. Okay, guys, the final mission of the day. Find a chip stand that's open, because a lot of times I roll up to them thinking they're open, they're not open. A nice summer evening like this should be one open, because I know that cruising in the summer, you see a lot of lineups at them. They are good food, they are underrated, but you gotta find a good one. They're starting to get hipsterized now, which means it's all expensive food, like trendy sounding expensive food. Like, it'll sound like a really good hamburger and it topped off with a dollop of peanut butter, like stuff like that I don't like. I like the old run down ones that look that make really good. Best hamburger in Hamilton is one of the oldest restaurants in Hamilton. It's called the Big Top Restaurant down in the ghetto. Equally as good is Easterbrook's hot dog stand, believe it or not. I swear they use the same old school recipe, similar to what my mother used to do. And yeah, and that's been around for years and years. Like, they've shot movies and stuff out there. I should just pull a U-turn right here, eh? But wait till it's rush hour traffic on a Saturday. Wait till everybody's coming and then do it. That's the time to do it. I mean, he literally waited till the light turned green and was like, oh, time to do a U-turn. Now I remember there's one at the beer store up here, so I'm not gonna dilly-dally. I'll get us there. If it's not open, I know another one that might be open. Now, we don't want a hot dog or a sausage cart. That is different, okay? I love those. I love street meat. You gotta have all the good toppings if you run one of those carts. And you gotta have mayonnaise stashed in a cooler somewhere. I know the health guys don't like it, but you gotta keep it stashed. A lot of them now are big refrigerated fancy ones now, though, that you actually stand in to do the hot dogs, so they have a fridge. But we want the actual French fry stand where they take a potato, put it into the chipper, and go boom. Those are the fries I'm talking about, like Hutch's. Up here on my right, just before I moved to Hamilton, I was living in Kitchener for my first 6 or 8 months down south here. Me and Darcy, one of my best friends that's passed away now, were cruising around here in his car, just sightseeing. And we rolled by this restaurant that's up here, gonna be up here on the right. It's called O'Neill's. Oh, we're gonna get stuck because I was trying to show you guys O'Neill's. Oh, he's letting me go, thank you, bud. There's O'Neill's. See, home of the pugger on the side of it? So it looks the same as it did all those years later. It says home of the 1 pound pugger, okay? And I was like, whoa, a 1 pound burger, because we had Ernie's back home that had the Ernie burger that was a pound. So I had to try this thing. It had an Irish theme. And there was a story behind it. It was open since the 80s. A big guy came down from Ottawa, a football player that they called Pugger, or Pug. It was a big 300-pound guy. I think he was a Rough Rider even. And, or no, was it a guy from Ottawa or was it a guy from Hamilton football team? It was a big guy anyway, and he requested a big burger. They made it and named it after him. So when I came here, the gravy there was to die for. Everything was to die for years and years. $6.99 for a 1 pound pugger with onion rings. And had a little Irish guy with glasses that delivered it, and everything went fine. And then I guess those people got old and sold it to somebody else, and oh boy did he piss a bunch of us off. Wow. I ended up going after their Facebook page, a group of us, and shutting them down. The new owner had a fake Facebook profile, and he was picking up the phone yelling at customers and stuff, and he was screwing up their orders, and he cheapened the pugger burger, bought a bunch of cheap ingredients, and yeah, guys, he really desecrated it. And then he ended up selling it because we all boycotted it, and then a family bought it, and it was an unlikely family that bought it. It was actually a black family that bought it, and they kept a lot of the old recipes, but they added some. And these were stuff that was from their culture. And boy, was I impressed. It was very tasty stuff, and they were friendly people, great people. I hope those people still own it, and they kept it afloat. I hope it's still open anyway, guys, because when we went by, I didn't really look to see if it was open. All the signage is still up, so, but yeah, that was a staple when I first came here. And this is the beer store, and there's no chip wagon. Damn it. Okay, I know where there might be one. I know where there might be one. There's an Avondale at Parkdale and King, and there's one that parks in the parking lot. We're gonna check that. We're not quitting until we get fresh cut fries. That's the end of the mission. Even if we have to go to Hutch's to get them.
King Street East.
See, I had a regular rundown chip stand. It was Debbie Musitano's chip truck. Same spot for years. And then one day I went there last year, and in its spot was...
Turn right onto King Street East. Then your destination will be on the right.
Said Chef Hot Dog. The frig is that? And I haven't seen her since. Okay, the chip stand's there. Is it open? We're gonna spin around.
Your destination...
Gonna try Hutch's. I like Hutch's fries. It's not a stand, it's a building. It's one of the places that's been open since the 50s. I love it. Hopefully there's no line up out the door. It's open till 11 p.m. Let's go see. It says Hutch's, we're going at the peak time. Up to a 30-minute wait. That was a bottleneck for that thing quick. Up to a 30-minute wait. But I need those fries. The ones, what is he doing? Oh my good Lord. Wow, that was like lose your license type shit, but he just did. Wow. But yeah, so we're going at peak time. It says it could take up to 30 minutes. But I need those fries, guys, that come in that card. You know the white cardboard container? Yeah, that's what I need there. So, yeah. I actually Googled French fry stand in Hamilton, and they had a list of them, but they were closed. There's one on Upper James called May's Fresh Cut Fries. I've never heard of it, and it was only open another 15 minutes, so we wouldn't have made it. Hutch's is open till 11. I know they got the crap, they got the stuff we want. So. By the way, guys, it might be a long video, but I'm getting some good footage, and Hutch's is touristy itself, so I want to show you guys Hutch's when we pull up. It's not dark out yet, but when it's dark, it's pretty cool, because they kept that 1950s sign and everything. I hope they don't start screwing with Hutch's, man. Or Easterbrooks, because if they look like they did in the 50s, if they start gentrifying these places, I'll be angry. Wow. Yeah, Easterbrooks for about 12 bucks. Fries, gravy, good burger. But that's way out over near Burlington. Here it's not bad, not as cheap. The burgers are good, but not as good. But the fries are darn good. I gotta start doing it on my own again, but then again, I don't want to get into doing that, because that one time I bought a deep fryer that was made just for homemade, or bought just for homemade fries, and I would buy bags of potatoes and do it that way, and I was eating a lot of fries because I love them, but too much grease. I've been using the air fryer and I like it. It's a habit I want to stay in. But Hutch's is just up here across the QEW. This is where we were hunting earlier, where we saw G. Coming up here on the right, it's going to be the Centennial Walmart. So you might have to wait a minute, but it'll be perfect. It'll be worth it. This used to be one of my favorite spots to take Diane. Hasn't changed since I moved here, or since the 50s. We're number 594. Show you guys my favorite picture. Oh, somebody's in the booth. It's got a picture of Foreman versus Ali, and it says Hamilton Forum. It's kind of cool, but somebody's sitting there, so I'm not gonna bug. Glad I'm not the ice cream lineup. I can show you some stuff without invading people's privacy. That's how it looks at night. It still looks like that. One of my favorite places. We can't go out these doors anymore because it lets a huge amount of flies in here, you can imagine. And the seagulls around here, guys, get fat. Now technically it's a beach, but I would never go in the water, let my daughter go in the water there, because you'll probably come up with a tail. But, yeah. That's cool, check this out. Billy and Teresa. Bill and Teresa, Billy and Teresa from Stony Creek. Same couple years later. I like that back, the hammer. It's got some style. Menu is cool, guys. No, we got it. Get a shot behind Hutch's with Hutch's behind me there. Now let's go see if it was worth the wait before I say goodnight to you guys. You know I know my food, and you already know the answer, I think. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, son. That is perfection. The only thing I could recommend is a little bit more pepper hammered on there. But that is perfection, and I just drooled on my shirt, literally. Been a minute since I had one of these, because this used to be mine and Diane's spot. It was worth the wait. If you want to get really creative, get one of these, just a plain large fry and gravy from there. Go home. Old cheddar. Hammer it on there. or old cheddar and bacon. Hammer it on there. Hi, girl. Hi, girl. But yeah, this is delicious. They're known for their fries. Their Sportsman burger is good too. It's ham, bacon, and what else? And cheese, I think, with 2 patties. Good stuff. So yeah, that's a victory, guys. End of the day, we got screwed for the ashtray. Well, we might not have, but at the end of the day, we get to eat exactly what we want. So here we go. Anyway, guys, we got people right beside us here. Probably think I'm on glue talking to myself. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share it. As always, guys, happy hunting.
This beat is stupid grimy, that's a Cobra Kai kick. There's some open eyes, shit open eyes when I spit. I get wound up like dogs around the postmaster. The dough stack up with no manner. I'm crack